Hello and welcome to Powderfinger Golf Club. This is the club that's going to be host to the third tournament on the European Tour 2015, which is the Commercial Bank Qatar Masters. It is being held between the 19th and the 25th of January 2015 with a purse of $2.5 million. Let's have a look at some of the details of the course before we get into a few holes. It was added to the course listings on the 25th of November 2014 and the designer is Rich Banker. The theme, as you can see from the screen, is a desert theme. It's a fictional course with a par 71 and a modest 6,931 yards. Green speeds medium to fast. Firmness of the course medium throughout, and the difficulty of the course is rated as easy. So let's get into a few holes of the course and see what we can expect. Hole number 1, 397 yard par 4. Lots of elevation changes along the way on this particular fairway, fairly straight away, slight deviation to the right on your approach into the green, but as you would expect from a desert course and the first hole, an awful lot of sandy hazards. Alright, so let's get the round underway. Not an awful lot in the way of wind here on this course, 5 miles an hour, which is also going to be very good considering the greens are going to be fairly firm. Nicely away, tee shot good on the first hole, always pleasing. Smack bang in the middle of the fairway. 291 yards, going to give us a nice short shot into the green. Less than 120, shouldn't have to put a lot of loft on this to get this to stop. Medium to firm, so I may have to put a little bit onto it. 116 odd yards, this one to the flag. A little bit of wind behind. So let's see if we can get this to stop nice and close. Yeah. Alright, so you can see there from the bounce on this first hole, if you do put a little bit of loft elevation on the ball, you are going to get the ball to check up nice and firmly, not going to roll on too far. And that's going to miss. Putts, greens are quite fast when you're putting, as you can see from that one, was only 1 inch downhill, but it did move a fair bit. Pick up the par, move on to hole number 2. Hole number 3, the first of the par 5s, 557 yards. Dogleg to the right, shouldn't have too much to worry about off the tee here. Fairway is nice and wide for the landing zone. Moves off to the right hand side, big dip in elevation here, downhill on the second shot. Provided you get a good drive off the tee, you should be able to attack the flag on the second, but you may want to aim for the heart of the green because there's a massive bunker and a lot of water on the left hand side there. Alright, so we've got the wind into the face, which is going to make the green in 2 very difficult. Let's get this nice and far down the fairway, as far as humanly possible when you're playing into the wind. 270 odd yards, so it's going to give me 285 yards. Not going to be reachable with the wind into my face, even though it is downhill, so let's just get it as close as we can and leave a nice little approach shot for the third. Good kick to the left, it's going to settle in this little bowl in the front of the green. We should have about, there we go, 32 yards, so a nice little flop shot here. Just take a little bit off of that, and that should be fairly close. Bit of spin on that, and that should be a birdie on this hole. So not too difficult for the first of the par 5s. Hole number 16, the final par 3 on the course, 163 yards. Fairly flat, not an awful lot in the way of elevation change. Pin is guarded by a pot bunker right in the front of the green, but the flag is in a fairly flat area of the green. You want to be in this bowl shaped area here, otherwise if you're on the left hand side you're going to leave yourself an uphill putt. is away and it looks fairly good. If it gets a good bounce, it checked up a little bit because it hit the face of that bank, and that's going to leave me a little left to righter, 9 feet, and I haven't allowed enough, so that's going to give me a fairly standard couple of footer for a par. So my opinion on Powderfinger Golf Club, it's a lovely course. It's really well put together, lots of challenging holes on the course. The only downside is, without the wind, it could be a little too easy, but bear in mind it is the third tournament of the European Tour 2015. Nice to settle in nice and easily, not too difficult the first couple of courses. But as I say, with the wind it could prove to be very difficult, so bear that in mind when you are going to be playing this course. Pros for this particular course, the layout's beautiful. The time and the effort's been put into the design and the layout of the course, second to none. The only downside to the course, in my opinion, the cons to the course, is that the pin placements on some of the courses are a little too easy. They could be a little bit more difficult. Some of them are tough, don't get me wrong, but some of them can be quite easy. Enjoy it. Tournament number 3. Register as soon as you can, and I will see you out on the course.